So this is the real me here today. My little welding cap on, and my wife said that's paint on there, but I think it's just dust. So I just finished painting the evaporator. All summer I planned to do that, paint it, and just seemed to always be last on the list. So today I finished it. Also did a few other the changes that I want to make, the improvements you might want to say, are completed. So, and I think we're just in time because it's not supposed to rain on Saturday, but it's supposed to get cooler and cloudy all day. So I'm really happy that I got this done. So I'll show you. So I'm using this Rust-Oleum high heat paint. It's I bought a liter because I think that's all I'm gonna really need. And I used a little over half of it, and that's 2 coats, but I just put 1 coat on. I waited a little while and put a second coat. I didn't even read the instructions. I think you're supposed to wait 24 hours or something. So it's still wet, but that's what it looks like. This is what it looked like in 2020, a year and a half ago, roughly. But it only, like I said, it only got 1 coat of paint, and it was really, really old paint. I think that's why it rusted so badly. Plus, it spends a lot of time outside. It spends about 5 weeks every spring outside, and then this summer it spent the whole summer outside because it was supposed to be painted in the springtime, and it didn't get done. Actually, early summer. So there, I put this thing on here. Oh, that's something else I got to paint. The original evaporator I built had that same piece on there. I had it bolted on. That was a bolt hole there. I just welded it to a little piece of square stock, solid square steel, because the original one went straight down. This one slopes inwards, and then this thing here drops in there, and that's like a hook for a light. So when you're out here at 11, 12 o'clock at night in pitch dark, you gotta, first couple of years I didn't have this thing, so you'd be out here with a light holding it in the air to see what's going on. So by hanging, it's one of those gas lamps, like a Coleman, and I figure I can hang just about any light from that hook, maybe even an LED at one point sometime in the future. And the other improvement I made, well, I put these 2 cross pieces in. You saw that in the video a couple of days ago, but this is a big improvement. I should have showed you before I closed the door. I added this piece, so there's about a 1.25 inch, and maybe even more than that, 1.5 inches possibly, of space between this and the outside layer of steel. And in between that, I've got some of that ceramic wool, I think they call it. And I made this piece in 2020, the first year we used it, but like I said, it didn't clear when I closed the door, so I had to cut it back off with a grinder, and so I had to make some modifications. Ripped it down here yesterday, hammered this side in, because it was hitting on this piece of angle here, and it wouldn't close. So I got it fitting there really nicely now, and it closes. Paint's still wet, so I don't want to touch it, but so much heat came through that door that I wanted to fix that. So that's done. The only thing I got left to do, I plan to put a little decoration on that door, but that's, sometime, and if I can do that any day of the year, I can lift that door right off there, bring it in the shop, and I want to weld a couple of little ornaments on there. If it's not high on the priority list, it's more of a wish list, and these things that I just did were a necessity. A lot of smoke was coming up between the 2 front pans and the second and third pan, and I think it gives a smoky flavor to the syrup, but the less smoky flavor the better. It gets a little strong. So I don't know, I really like the look of this. So I found it a shame that nobody watched that video, but that series of videos, I think there was 2 or 3 of them. One of them was a fast motion, no narration at all, just making these 2 pieces, one or both of these pieces, and welding them in. And the other videos were a little more detailed on what I was doing, but it looks brand new again. So, you know, if you get, it's just so easy to get work done this time of year when it's cooler. Those 105-degree days are just, to me, they're write-offs, because, you know, doesn't that look nice? So that's the air door. That's the door to allow air in for the fire. The original one didn't have that, and it really had a lot of cracks around not this door, but the door that I had up here, and the old evaporator, and it allowed cold air to get in between the fire and the pans are up top. So it didn't work that great. If you look at the commercial ones, they're all, and you can control the heat as well on the fire. You can actually close that, and it's not really airtight, but it's fairly airtight, and it forces the fire to die down, because there's a lack of air, so it doesn't have enough to really burn hot, and then gives you a chance to deal with your pans. When you get close to syrup, it starts to foam up. Anyone who's ever made syrup would know all this. The closer it gets to, the higher the sugar content, the more it foams up. Anyway, next year I plan on maybe making another video on this. So I'm gonna quickly sand this off and give that a little splash of paint. And yeah. Well, Chief Inspector will be happy to see this is finally done. I threatened him this morning that I might grind his initials off there, but I think I'll leave him on. I was teasing him. He's in school. He's getting educated. So he said, "You just keep getting a good education, and I'll just keep doing all the grunt work around here." So that's it. Thanks for watching.